Chapter 6. The Past. What I was searching for already found me. And then, amidst the rhythmic drumming of raindrops, I heard it, the sweetest whisper. It was delicate, almost carried away by the howling wind, but it reached my ears like a gentle caress. Startled, I turned my head, searching for the source of this ethereal voice.
So you like the rain too?
After he spoke, the words lingered in the air, leaving me speechless and overcome with a profound sense of happiness. Unable to find the right words, I let my eyes meet his, conveying the depth of my emotions through the unspoken language of connection. It was a silent conversation, a meeting of souls in the midst of the storm. In that shared moment, I knew that something remarkable had unfolded, forever changing the landscape of my existence.
Let me show you something cool.
He beckoned me with a gentle gesture, his eyes sparkling with a mix of mystery and excitement. In that moment, I knew deep within my being that I couldn't resist the magnetic pull drawing me towards him. There was an unspoken trust, a connection that defied logic and reason.
You see, all of these, look here. There's a pattern. These people over here look at their last names. Now look at the last names of these people. Now if you draw a line like this, between the first grouping and second. Now look towards that tree. If you imagine a line connecting from this point to the tree, it forms a symbol.
As he spoke, his words blended into a melodic symphony, each sentence a brushstroke painting a vivid picture of the pattern he had discovered within the graveyard. But try as I might, my attention wavered, unable to fully grasp the significance of his findings. My senses were overwhelmed, my mind preoccupied with the sheer joy of being in his presence. I had no idea what he was talking about. Oh yeah, that's amazing. I never noticed that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That symbol means balance. The world is best with balance.
Yeah, I agree. Balance is very important.
So who did you lose?
My cat.
Your cat? Must have been a big cat.
No. Cat, it was the name of grandmother.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. I didn't really know her anyway.
Oh well, I'm sure she was a beautiful woman.
His words slipped from his lips, praising her beauty with a touch of devilish charm. His smile, both mischievous and alluring, cast a spell upon me, captivating my senses. Yes, she was, so why?
Why what?
Why are you doing this?
I don't know why, I just do it.
No, there's a reason. Tell me. Frustration welled up within me at his silence, fueling a newfound courage. I felt emboldened to make a threat, my voice dripping with determination and a hint of defiance. The words spilled out, laced with a touch of menace. If you don't tell me, I'm going to tell the police about everything.
Okay, I live at 1729 Alpine Drive. My last name is Shaheen. I'm at home most of the day except when go tell them.
With a devilish smile, he taunted me to go and tell the police about his deeds. His words dripped with an unsettling confidence, as if he already knew I wouldn't dare to fulfill his challenge. The smile played upon his lips, a twisted invitation to confront the authorities, knowing full well I wouldn't do it. You're so annoying.
I knew this man was going to get you.
What? What guy?
The fat turd, of course.
What how?
I saw the way he looked at you several months ago. I could see his intentions. He worked at the Child Protective Services as a supervisor. I followed him to your house before. He went to your house several times. There was a pattern he would follow before he decided to go to your house. That day, I knew he was coming.
I remembered him standing out of my window that day. Boo. Wah, I'm confused.
Listen, you don't know this, but we've met before. I had a cast on my face. I was sitting alone on the bench across from Leos. You sat next to me, asked me what happened. I told you that I was attacked by a group of boys. This was like 10 years ago. You gave me your cookie, but not before kissing it, and told me that by eating this cookie, it will heal all of my boo-boos.
I don't know what to say.
I recognized you. I knew that man's intentions the second I saw him. You weren't paying attention, but I was, and now he's gone.
When he uttered those words, a wave of confusion washed over me. I racked my brain, desperately trying to recall any memory or connection between us. A pang of guilt washed over me as I realized my memory failed to provide any answers. There was only one thing I could think of saying. I have another cookie if you want one.
Haha, you're funny. Your family is lucky to have you.
His words touched me deeply, and for a moment, I allowed myself to believe in his genuine compliment. He saw something in me that my own family seemed to overlook. Although deep down I knew the truth about my mother's neglect, I chose to cherish this moment and hold on to the warmth of his kind words. Yeah, thanks. As we stood there, engrossed in our conversation, I realized that the storm had subsided without me even noticing. The tumultuous weather that once surrounded us seemed to fade into the background, overshadowed by the intensity of our connection. It was as if our words had created a protective bubble, shielding us from the chaos and allowing us to exist in our own world, if only for a fleeting moment.
It's getting late, and you should be getting back home. Your family must be worried sick about you. You know there's a serial killer out there after all, haha.
Oh my God, shut up. The paradox of his character perplexed me deeply. How could someone exude such kindness and wickedness at the same time? I yearned for a way to fix the broken pieces within him, just as I had unknowingly attempted to heal him during our initial encounter. I was left grappling with the dissonance between his dualities. Chapter 7, His Motive. Why do I know this is wrong but it feels right? As we walked together, he shared with me the painful chapters of his past. Growing up, he endured the rejection and abuse inflicted by his own parents. He was placed into a foster home, but the foster home proved to be far worse. He described scenes so outrageous and absurd that they defied belief. The sheer audacity of human cruelty, the absurdity of their actions, it all seemed like a dark comedy playing out before my eyes. Yet, in this very darkness, he also discovered a contrasting truth. Amidst the chaos and despair, he found glimpses of what makes humans truly great. The creation of beauty. This desire to create beauty guided him through the darkest of times. With a fervent conviction, he expressed his belief that it is this beauty, this inherent goodness within humanity, that has the power to save us. It is our duty to protect and nurture this precious quality. For him, it became the sole purpose worth living for, an unwavering commitment to preserving and uplifting the inherent beauty that exists within each of us. As I listened to his words, I couldn't help but feel a profound resonance within myself. His journey had given him a unique perspective, one that allowed him to see the potential for greatness in humanity, even amidst the darkness. And in that moment there was truth in his words. It was a paradoxical situation, being drawn to someone who was capable of such darkness and yet feeling a profound connection with them. While the world saw him as a killer, I saw the complexity and depth within him that others failed to recognize. His words, his experiences, and the way he saw the world resonated with me on a level that I couldn't fully comprehend logically. In his presence, I felt a stirring of emotions that I had never experienced before. There was an intensity, a rawness, and a sense of being fully alive. It was as if his darkness had ignited something within me, an awakening of senses and emotions that had long been dormant. The irony was not lost on me, that in the company of a killer, I felt more alive than ever before. But it wasn't just the thrill or danger that attracted me. It was the understanding, the feeling of being seen and heard in a way that no one else could. In his eyes, I saw a reflection of my own hidden desires, fears, and vulnerabilities. We were two souls intertwined in a complex dance, united by our shared understanding of the world's complexities and the beauty that resided within the darkest corners. He opened up to me about the cruelty he experienced due to his appearance. People would mock and attack him, seemingly without reason. He couldn't comprehend why, as he had always been kind to everyone he encountered. It appeared to him that people were inherently wicked, hiding behind a facade of innocence and lacking self-awareness. His words struck a chord deep within me, resonating with a truth that I had often observed but struggled to articulate. It felt as though he had peeled back the layers of societal pretense, revealing the raw and animalistic nature that lay beneath. In his eyes, humans resembled creatures driven by base instincts, oblivious to the consequences of their actions. I couldn't help but reflect on my own experiences and the instances where I had witnessed such behavior. The masks people wore, the facade of civility that thinly veiled their true nature, became more apparent to me. His words illuminated a truth that resonated with my own observations, causing me to question the authenticity of human interactions and the depths of their self-awareness. It was a perspective that challenged the conventional notion of innocence and goodness, forcing me to confront the unsettling possibility that darkness resided within us all. In his presence, I found myself delving into a realm where the boundaries of morality blurred, and the harsh realities of human nature were laid bare. His insight sparked a deep introspection within me, urging me to question the facade of innocence that society often projected. It was a truth that resonated on a profound level, stirring emotions and raising unsettling questions about the nature of humanity itself. But what about us? We're human.
We are, but we are special. You and me, we make life worth living for everyone. We create beauty. They destroy it. Their only purpose is to be used and up and discarded before they become destructive. Their souls are corrupted and full of hatred. Their only purpose is to be used and discarded before they destroy beauty.
Used and discarded, like killed.
Only if they refuse to go away before they become too destructive.
So is that why you kill them?
No. It's just their time to go, and someone has to do it.
Why can't someone else do it? Why does it have to be you?
Because nobody else is doing it, which is why I have to do it.
No. You don't have to do it. I don't want you to get hurt.
I don't get hurt.
You're being so stubborn. In the midst of our connection, I felt my understanding of morality falter. The lines that once seemed so clear and defined became blurred in his presence. It was as if the intensity of our bond overshadowed any concerns about right and wrong.
I'm not stubborn. If you can convince me why I should stop, I'll stop.
It was a striking revelation, leaving me pondering the possibility that the solution to his actions might indeed be within reach. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't be that simple. The complexities of his psyche and the intricate web of experiences that shaped him couldn't be unraveled with a simple logical conversation. The allure of his twisted path, the underlying motivations that drove him, and the depths of his darkness were far more intricate than I could fully comprehend. Nonetheless, the glimmer of hope flickered within me. Maybe, just maybe, there was a chance to tap into the remnants of his humanity, to ignite a spark of empathy or understanding that could lead him towards a different path. It was an immense responsibility and a daunting task, but I felt a sense of determination growing within me. I knew I had to tread cautiously, delicately weaving my words and actions to plant seeds of change within his tortured soul. It would require patience, empathy, and an unwavering belief in the capacity for transformation. But if there was even the slightest chance of steering him away from his dark path, I was willing to embark on that journey. In the depths of our connection, I felt a profound sense of purpose. It became clear that my role in his life was not simply coincidental but held the potential to make a significant impact. With each interaction, I would strive to understand him better, to uncover the underlying pain and yearning that fueled his actions, and to gently guide him towards a different understanding of beauty and purpose. I'll make you stop. Just watch.
Ha ha. Well, I will if you can convince me.
No, I'm going to make you. I punched him in the stomach. I noticed an unexpected fragility in his reaction. It puzzled me, making me wonder if he had let his guard down completely because he felt safe in my presence. Perhaps our connection had created a sense of trust that allowed him to drop his defenses, even if only momentarily. At that moment, we were abruptly interrupted by a group of 3 individuals who appeared rather menacing. One of them caught my eye, and I recognized him as a man who worked at the local news station. He often reported on topics related to kindness and compassion, which made the situation feel strangely ironic. It was as if the contrast between his public image and his current demeanor revealed a hidden side, one that contradicted his purported values.
What is an ugly man like that doing with a pretty girl like you?
Shut up.
Hey, sweetie, why don't you come home with a real man? And not that woman. Scared or weak?
Yeah, look at him. He's scared.
As the confrontation unfolded, I observed how Masood remained unfazed by the presence of these men. His eyes held a vacant, hollow look that seemed to unsettle me, but the others in the group appeared oblivious to it. It made me wonder what they saw when they looked at him. Did they perceive the same emptiness in his gaze? He was far from afraid. Leave him alone and go away.
Oh, what a pretty young thing.
You died today. If you touch her, you die right here.
As the tense encounter escalated, the men's initial confidence began to waver. Startled by the lack of fear in Masood's eyes, they hesitated for a moment. One of them, trying to regain control of the situation, mustered his courage and taunted Masood, stating the obvious numerical advantage they had.
There's 3 of us and 1 of you. Are you stupid?
So who wants to die first?
One of the men, trying to regain control of the situation, invited Masood to follow them to a specific location where they could settle their differences away from such a public area. Masood, however, had a different idea in mind. He insisted on ensuring my safety first, making it clear that he wouldn't proceed unless he knew I would be okay. The men, growing increasingly frustrated, insisted that Masood had no choice but to comply with their demands. Masood tossed something from his pocket onto the ground behind me. He turned to me and said,
Hey, could you grab that for me? I just dropped it.
He instructed me to pick up something he had tossed onto the ground, and I obediently turned around to search for it. Suddenly, piercing screams erupted from the direction of the men. Startled, I quickly turned back to see them writhing in pain and terror. Masood stood before them, his expression impassive but his eyes filled with a chilling intensity. In that moment, it became clear that he possessed a power beyond comprehension.
My eyes. What did you do to my eyes?
The men, overcome with agony, clutched their eyes and unleashed piercing screams. In an extraordinary display of strength, Masood swiftly scooped me up, his grip possessing an otherworldly force, and began running with an astonishing swiftness. It was as if he possessed a power beyond human capabilities, propelling us away from the chaos and into the unknown. In what felt like a blink of an eye, we found ourselves back at my home, swept away by an almost primal force. The sheer power emanating from Masood was both astounding and unnerving. As he gently placed me down, his smile held an enigmatic allure that stirred a peculiar mix of fear and attraction within me.
I have some work that I need to finish.
Wait. No. Stay.
Hey, I'll come back later. Don't worry.
No. Don't go back. Just stay here.
I can't, I'm sorry.
His apology hung in the air, mingling with an unspoken understanding between us. In that moment, a surge of compassion welled up within me, despite my awareness of his sinister intentions. Confusion tangled with curiosity as I questioned the complexities of my own emotions. What was happening to me? How do I know will I see you again? I clung onto Masood desperately, my fingers tightening their grip around him, unwilling to let go. But to my surprise, he burst into laughter.
Here, take this.
I released him. He extended his hand, revealing a black pouch. He revealed the contents within the pouch, a pendant of unparalleled beauty. Its intricate craftsmanship and radiant allure captured my attention, but it was the 2 vials attached to it that held a mysterious fascination. Inside the vials, a scarlet fluid swirled, resembling blood. Is that blood? He carefully placed the pendant back inside of the black pouch, and with a gentle yet purposeful gesture, Masood placed the black pouch into my palm. What's this?
In one vial is my blood. In the other is of someone who was very important to me.
Who?
Someone who needed me but I wasn't there for. Now I need to go. Bye.
And just like that, Masood vanished into the shadows, leaving me standing there, alone with my swirling thoughts and conflicted emotions. As I carefully opened the black pouch, I gazed upon the pendant that Masood had given me. It held a mysterious allure, the 2 vials attached to it containing a substance that appeared to be blood. The weight of the pendant felt substantial in my hand, the cool metal pressing against my palm. I carefully placed the pendant back into the pouch and unzipped the pocket on my coat and placed the pouch containing the pendant inside.